Hey everyone, delighted to have you here as always. Today's topic is on handling difficult questions from your clients. Now I'm going to talk you through what they could be, what they look like, how to be aware of what they are, and then how to respond to those difficult questions that you may get from your clients. So depending on, again, what your service is, what sector you work in, this is obviously going to vary significantly. If you're a digital marketer, it could be a specific marketing question. If you're building websites, it could be something about how you build the website in terms of the speed, and again, design, or you can imagine obviously different questions for different circumstances. Now, what could happen here is 9 times out of 10 you are hired because you have the skill set that the client doesn't, so they need your talent and service to help them out. There are the rare occasion whereby they may have the skill but they don't have the time and they need someone to bring in to support, and that's where potentially you can get some of these difficult questions because they obviously know, or certainly have a what people sometimes call a dangerous level of knowledge in the area because they've researched it to a certain level, or they've had some experience, or maybe they've worked with other freelancers in your space and they've picked up things from there. So these are the type of examples where they can crop up these difficult questions. And what I mean by difficult questions is questions that you cannot answer on the spot. Now, you might get challenging questions, that's slightly different, whereby you have to think and pause, but you can respond. But difficult questions might be where you don't actually know the answer. And I made this mistake when I first started out freelancing, is that if you're hired for a service, you feel like you have to answer everything to do with your service. So if you get any question about it, you feel like you need to know everything, all the ins and outs, and then you will respond to those questions with whatever comes to mind, even if you don't really know what the answer is. Now, that is a big mistake. What you really need to be doing is A, making sure that obviously you're working on your own skill set, you're constantly focusing on your professional development, you're learning, you're reading, you're listening to podcasts, watching videos of people who are kind of at the forefront of your sector, so you are up to speed. And you're looking at latest changes. If you work in digital marketing, that could be to algorithms, to social media platforms, features, that type of thing. So you are up to speed, so you can answer most of the questions, but of course there will sometimes be these situations where you cannot answer the question. And the best way to respond to that is with honesty. So literally what you're going to say is, unfortunately, I don't know the answer to that question. However, it's a good question. It's the first time I've been asked it. I'm going to make a note of it, go away and research, and I will come back to you with my thoughts on this area. That is going to go down 10 times better than you trying to fumble an answer, which even just through body language and the way you communicate will come across where you don't really know what you're talking about. And the client's going to be like, oh, okay. And actually the kind of secondary negative of that really is that they'll start to lose trust with you, which is massive. I'll talk about that in another video, and I'll link to that if you're interested in how to build trust, which is such an important part of client relationships. But if you fail at delivering honest responses to the questions you get asked, that is how you can break that trust. So you kind of lose it from there as well. So you get more respect by doing that. Now the key part is, of course, you then have to really fundamentally build that trust, actually deliver on what you've said. So if you're going to go away and do the research, do that. And the beauty of this is, as well, is you can start to add up a little list of all the questions you get asked, because over time, 80% plus of questions are going to be repeat questions from clients, so you'll know what the answer is to those. But you will get these new questions which you don't know, and the beauty of that is you can add that to your resources, so over time they're fewer and far between those questions that you can't answer. And you have this little bank of kind of responses, basically, and you're improving your own learning and development as you go. You know the type of things that clients are going to ask. So a very important point, it will happen for you almost certainly with your freelance clients in terms of getting these difficult questions. As always, hope that helps. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.